I get anything yet?
Yeah, kind of. I didn't get a notification with it. We good. Yeah, we good.
Yeah, I see it.
All right. Yeah. So yeah. Going straight into it. All right, Shalom. All right, so we back out here on the highways again. The chief places of concourse. All right, so once again, help further labor with the Lord to bring the downfall of this place, the end of the so-called white man's society, this world, and all these heathens that are in cahoots with him, in order for them to be, in power and have it. You know what I'm saying? And whatnot. Before we get into it, call long line. Line about the ball, farming out Charlotte, double honor to the overlay elder apostles at the Great Millstone Church. Shalom to all the Akim out here in the same doctrine, in order, all right, to the best of their ability, across the four corners of the globe, nonetheless, and regardless, and to the rest of the believers in on this faith. All right, so yeah, that's exactly what we out here to do. We're out here to help labor with the Lord to bring the end of this place, man. If you can get that second, whoever wants to get it, 2 Timothy 3. All right, I believe that is. Or it's the Peter. You got that Psalm 66? Let me get this for you. You got it? No. Were you at 3? Jump up to 6. Timothy. You got Timothy? Real quick. What's it? 1 Peter. Apollo's plane. What's that? Corinthians. That's Corinthians. 3rd chapter. 2nd chapter. It's 1 Corinthians 3 and 6.
1 Corinthians 3 and 6.
Yep.
I have planted, Apollo's watered.
Jump up real quick. All right. Start at, yeah, that's cool. You start there.
1 Corinthians 3 and 6. I have planted, Apollo's watered, but Yahweh Hashem Yahushua gave the increase.
Yeah, so we playing what? We playing this word. All right. The scriptures tell you the word. Let's get that real quick. What's that? Is that Matthew 11 or Mark 11? The word is the seed. Or you can get in Matthew 13 chapter. You got it? Bring it out. Mark, give me Luke 8. Luke 8. I got it. Luke 8 and 11. It says, "Now the parable is this: the seed is the word of God." So that's when we come out here and plant. We come out here and plant. Give me about this second Exodus 4 and 26. All right. That's when we come out here and plant. We come out here and plant the Lord's word. All right. So what? So the Lord, and then we stay at it. All right. We come out here and plant the Lord's word. What does this plant? What does this seed consist of? Which is likened unto a seed. What does it consist of? A balance. It's a balance of things. It's the destruction of the so-called white man's world and so forth. In the kingdom of heaven. You got it? Whoever got it.
2 Ezra 4:26. Then answered he me and said, the more thou searchest, the more thou shalt marvel.
Go to the point. What's that? 28. Destruction of soul. Go ahead.
2 Ezra 4:28.
Yeah.
But as concerning the things whereof thou askest me, I will tell thee, for the evil is sown, but the destruction thereof is not yet come.
Exactly. That's what we planting. That's what we sowing. We sowing the word, right? And that's what the word consists of. The destruction of America, man. Right? The destruction of the sinful kingdom. I tell you that, Amos the nighttime. And we come out week in, week out, daily. And we plant that, man. All right? And we continue with that. We water that. All right? We constantly give attendance to that. All right, give me that attendance to read it. where we get it. Just bring it out as soon as we get it.
1 Timothy chapter 4 and verse 13, it says, till I come, give attendance to reading.
Exactly. See that? We give an attendance to that. That's the watering, right? Because when you read, you what? You recite. Matter of fact, give me Isaiah 58:1. The whole thing. We're going to go right back to the book.
Isaiah 58:1. Cry aloud, Isaiah 58:1. Cry aloud, spare not.
The scriptures say cry. Get that word cry in the Hebrew. That word cry, recite, translates to what? It means read. Alright? So the scripture's telling us to, let's just get it real quick. Alright? The scripture's telling us, go ahead. The scripture's telling us, just throw it up on the camera. Go ahead. Yeah.
Isaiah 58:1.
Go ahead.
Cry aloud, spare not. Lift up thy voice like a trumpet.
Yeah.
And shew my people their transgression.
Now what do you have for the word cry right there again, brother?
It says to call out, recite,
Just up to the point.
or read.
Read. That's it. Read. All right. Read. So read that again. Isaiah 58:1.
Isaiah 58:1.
Yeah, that's cool.
Cry aloud, spare not. Lift up thy voice like a trumpet. And shew my people their
So
transgression.
read aloud what? The words of the book. See that? That's what we reading. That's what we giving attendance to. We constantly reading this. See that? Reading what? The words in it. Alright? And we're sowing that every time we read it. So we ain't just reading it to ourselves, we're reading it out loud. And by default, we're doing what? We're fulfilling the scriptures. We're sowing. Right? We're sowing the word of Yahweh Ba'Shem Shah. Right? The seed. And by default, what? We're sowing the destruction. Right? To bring forth the destruction. So you got it, brother.
It's 1 Corinthians 3 and 6.
Yep.
I have planted,
Yep.
Apollos watered.
Exactly. See? When we water, that's what? Giving attendance. We plant it, and then we stay at it. We keep tending to it. We give attendance to reading. You finish that? I'll read it from the top.
1 Timothy chapter 4 and verse 13, it says, till I come, give attendance to reading,
Yep.
to exhortation,
Exactly.
to doctrine.
See, to doctrine. That's the doctrine. What does the doctrine come? What does the doctrine consist of? You right? What does the doctrine consist of? The doctrine consists of the prophecies. They tell you that in Sirach, the 24th chapter. All right? That's exactly what the doctrine consists of. All right? I thought let's prove that real quick. Yeah, go ahead. 24 and like 32. Yeah, 32.
So Sirach 24:32. I will yet make doctrine to shine as the morning,
He will yet make doctrine to shine as the morning. Go ahead.
and will send forth her light afar off.
Yep.
I will yet pour out doctrine as prophecy.
See? So the doctrine contains prophecy. See that? So that's what we read, and that's what we give attendance to. That's what we sowing. Right? We're sowing the prophecies in the earth. See that? So what? They can bud and spring forth. Right? And they not only just being sold amongst us, they're being sold amongst the whole earth, man. Because the Israelites scattered abroad, man. And they got this word. Bring out what you got, bro. Start.
Deuteronomy chapter 32 and 1,
Start at 2.
verse 2, it says, my doctrine,
Start at 1.
yeah, kind. Deuteronomy 32 and 1, give ear, O ye heavens, and I will speak, and hear, O earth, the words of my mouth.
The what?
The words
Words. Go ahead.
of my mouth.
Right.
My doctrine shall drop as the rain.
So these words, as it goes, the doctrine, it shall drop as the rain. Go ahead.
My speech shall distill as the dew.
Yeah, we always dropping videos. It's like rain, man. Right? We always dropping this word on the highways and byways. Because even if you took us off the internet, you gonna still be out here. Until the Lord say we ain't out here no more. Alright? Brothers just did a lesson on that. Go ahead.
It says, as the small rain upon the tender herb, and as the showers upon the grass.
There you go. See that? That's what we dropping, man. It's dropping all over the earth. Don't it rain everywhere? You know what I'm saying? Well, you be like, well, it's not raining in the desert. You know? Go ahead.
First Timothy
You know
chapter.
what? You know what? Cut that.
I want to ask her.
That's a fact. I can hear somebody saying that shit now. Oh, we're gonna rain in the desert, so that means you guys' doctrine is off. Well, watch this, right? That's how I did. He said the animals is gonna 43. Yeah, is it 43 and 20? Where you go?
Isaiah chapter 43, verse 20. Yep. It says, the beasts of the field shall honor me, the dragons and the owls, because I give waters in the wilderness and rivers in the desert.
Damn! So you seeing these prophecies everywhere, man. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's raining there too. All right? It's raining there too. All right? The word being sown everywhere, and it's nothing you can do. It's going abroad. The word is likened unto a vine once it starts to grow anyway, the type of seed you planted. You know? That's what Yahweh Shah compared himself to a vine. Vines, they grab onto things. You look around, like vines some goddamn work. You know, they deal with tinctures. They leech on to other things to go abroad. That's why we use that example. But you can read it from the top on that.
Yeah. 1 Timothy chapter 4, verse 13. Till I come, give attendance to reading.
So keep planting, keep reading, keep bringing this out. Keep sowing this. Right? That's giving attendance, aka watering. Read on.
It says to exhortation.
Yep.
To doctrine.
See, to doctrine, meaning the prophecies. So that's what we sowing. All right? You got it, brother. You finished? Okay, you got it.
It's 1 Corinthians 3 and 6.
Yep.
I have planted,
yep.
Apollos watered.
There it is. See? Meaning what? That translates to what? Bringing the word out through what? Reading it. Through the reciting of it. Through the, the calling forth of it. The subject was to come. These people was to come. Right? Ultimately, so it can come. If we labor together with Yahweh Hashem outside, you have to understand this, man. All right? We don't.
But Yahweh Hashem outside gave the increase.
See? And the Lord gives the increase. So the word got to be planted first, and then the instructions come. That's how it happens. You know? That's the order. Right? The Lord sends out the word, and then he brings the destruction. You know? Matter of fact, he says, therefore the curse is poured out. Is that damn time? Therefore the curse is poured out. Curse poured out. Yep. Go ahead.
Daniel chapter 9 and verse 11.
Yep.
Bro, come on.
10 through 11. The point is 10. Go ahead.
Daniel chapter 9 and verse 10 says, neither have we obeyed the voice of the Lord our God.
See? Give me Jeremiah 44 and 4.
Jeremiah chapter 44, verse 4. Howbeit, I sent unto you all my servants, the prophets, rising early and sending them.
Before, see? Matter of fact, get Isaiah 42 and 10. Right? Because that's the order of everything. The Lord got to send out prophets first. So warn your ass, man. All right? Read over. That's why all these people here. That's why you're supposed to be on the highways and byways. Bring that out.
Isaiah 42 and 10.
Yep.
Sing unto the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Shah, a new song.
Jump up to 9. Yep. Jump up. 9. Yep.
Isaiah 42 and 9. Behold, the former things are come to pass.
Watch this. Ready?
And new things do I declare.
Now what?
It says, before they spring forth,
see?
I
Before
tell
he do anything. And then notice the key word there. Spring. See that? Something don't grow where before something is planted. You see that? That's showing you what you do is serious. If you ain't doing it, the Lord gonna kill you. It's that simple. And then it gotta be watered. It gotta continue. It gotta be stayed at continuously. You know? See that? Read that from the top again.
Isaiah 42 and 9. Behold, the former things are come to pass, and new things do I declare. Before they spring forth, I tell you of them.
See? That's how it goes. And how he tells you? By sending out the prophets. You got it?
Isaiah 44 and 4. Howbeit, I sent unto you all my prophets, all my servants, the prophets,
Yep.
rising early and sending them.
See, the prophets are the ones who's going to translate this to you. That's why the prophets matter. They got to translate this to you, man. You know? If you can't translate, if the Bible ain't translated to you, the Lord can't judge. He can't judge nobody. So it got to be men on the scene that can translate it. That's why Isaiah the 29th chapter is talking about. Lord, the book is delivered to one that is learned. You know what I'm saying? So he know about the wilderness, and he know about the Israelites, and he probably know about kings and shit. But he ain't a prophet. He said, I can't, for the seal. See that? Only prophets can actually break the Bible down to you, you know? Translate it to you, man. Any and everything. All right? Go ahead.
It says, saying, oh,
Once the Lord reveals it, you got it?
Yep. Saying, oh, do not this abominable thing that I hate.
And now, ultimately, that's what you realize a lot of the sayings in the Bible is actually about. It's about instruction. A lot of the dark sayings, a lot of the parables, aka allegories, they was just warnings. You know what I'm saying? There was instructions to do something or to not do something. That's why Yahushua talk like that. He said, beware the leaven of the Pharisees. Your job is supposed to be like, what you mean by leaven? You know what I'm saying? And then his job is to explain it, break it down. You know? Period. Because the Lord, he don't want. Let's all right, go ahead back.
Daniel 9 and verse 10.
Yep.
Neither have we obeyed the voice of the Lord Yahweh our God.
So once the Lord sends out, then he can bring forth, right? Because the ones he sends out, they're going to plant, they're going to water, and then the Lord going to get an increase on it. That's how it goes. You hear brothers say that all the time. Before every kingdom was destroyed, the Lord sent out the prophets first, man. Go ahead.
It says,
That's how you know this place about to be destroyed. Go ahead.
neither have we obeyed the voice of the Lord our God.
Who's the voice? Give me Tobit 1 and 22.
It's Tobit 1 and 22.
Yep. No, they ain't. Tobit, go to Baruch. Baruch 1 and 22. Yes, Baruch. Start at 21. Point 21. Oh, you got it.
Baruch 1 and 21. Nevertheless, we have not hearkened unto the voice of the Lord our power.
Now, who's the voice? Yeah?
According unto all the words of the prophets, whom he sent unto us.
See? Before he did anything. So they would read, they would recite, they would translate, they would constantly give attendance to that. You know? So Moses, Noah prophesied for 120 years. You know? And then eventually everything bloomed and blossomed. It all came forth. Go ahead.
But every man followed the imagination.
2 Peter 2 and 5, and spare not the old world, but save Noah the 8th person, a preacher of righteousness, bringing in the flood upon the world of the ungodly.
Exactly. How? Because he sold it. You know, what was brought forth? That which he sold. The goddamn flood. You know what I'm saying? He was sowing a flood was going to happen. And that shit fucking came forth. He kept at it, which is likened unto them watering. He gave attendance to it. You know what I'm saying? That's why I made a lesson about that. Prophets prophesy. You're not a goddamn prophet if you ain't doing that, man. I don't give a damn what you say. You're not a prophet. Listen to action. You don't even really move. You're not even inspired. How are you? You're not a prophet. You know you're an Israelite. You ain't a prophet. You don't know no breakdown. Somehow you a prophet. You don't even know goddamn prophet. You know, you're a false prophet. Go ahead, talk about it.
I was going to say, you saying Noah watered it, and then eventually the Lord brought actual rain.
All these fake ass dudes are
Flooded, flooded everything.
There's a bunch of fakes out here, man. See, my speech might be misconstrued as if it's not biblical. But what I'm basically saying translates back to saying what? What the scripture say? False prophets. You know? Period. That's what I mean by fake dudes. There's a lot of fake dudes out here. You know? But you ain't got it here. You know? You got it, brother.
That's Baruch 1 and 22. But every man followed the imagination of his own wicked heart, to serve strange gods and to do evil in the sight of the Lord our power.
Because pretty much They coming to tell you, don't do this, or this gonna happen. If you do this, this gonna happen. All y'all that's doing this gonna happen. All y'all that's in this condition, just hold on, because this is gonna happen for you. You know what I'm saying? It's all a balance. So let's go back to who had it before you. Yep.
Daniel chapter 9 and verse 10. Neither have we obeyed the voice of the...
But you know, it's the ones he sent out. The ones that's planting and watering. You know? The teachers in there too. All of them. All right? Hell, the whole, see how really the Lord done broke it down for how this whole thing worked out. It's bigger than just being prophets. You got the whole ministry. It's a business. You know what I'm saying? The whole body helps us come forth. You know? Anyway, go ahead.
Daniel 9 and verse 10, it says, neither have we obeyed the voice of the Lord our God to walk in his laws, which he set before us by his servants, the prophets.
Okay, what happened?
Verse 11 says,
he sent them forth. They planted this. They're like, you keep doing this, this is gonna happen. All this that's happening to you on the righteous end, this is gonna happen for you. You know what I'm saying? So they kept doing it. They was giving attendance to it. They was watering it. Right? And then eventually what happened? Right?
It says, yea, all Israel have transgressed thy law.
They didn't listen. Right? Did that stop what was so held on? Go ahead.
It says, even by departing, that they might not obey thy voice.
See that?
Therefore, the curse is poured upon us.
Brought in the curses. See that? Moses sold that shit however long ago. You know what I'm saying? And it all came forth. You know? And he stayed at it. He put up with Jake for, man, years. He said, I call unto you. He said, I call unto heaven a witness unto you this day. You know? This gonna happen. It's gonna spring forth. You know? Go ahead.
It says, therefore the curse is poured upon us, and the oath that is written in the law of Moses, the servant of the Most High.
There it is.
Because we have sinned against him.
Yep. So that's what came forth. You know? Like they got that sin. Give me that in Bible Psalm, Galatians 6 and 8. Right now. Go back to that in 1 Peter.
Galatians 6 and 9.
Yep.
And let us not be weary in well doing.
Jump up to 8.
Galatians 6 and 8.
Wait, you know what? Jump forward is 7. Yep.
Galatians 6 and 7. Be not deceived. Yahweh about Shai is not mocked.
Yep.
For whatsoever a man sowing, that shall he also reap.
That's what's coming forth. That's about everything we tell you is going to come forth, and it's coming forth. It's starting to bud. You're like, damn, somebody putting an apple here. You're like, damn, somebody's been sowing destruction. Ain't nothing but destruction coming forth. Somebody's been sowing salvation, man. Somebody's been sowing faith. Somebody's been sowing all these different things. All right? That's what I'm saying. There's a power going to blossom. You know what I'm saying? That's being sold too. All right? Let's go ahead and jump back to where you was ready. Yeah.
1 Corinthians 3:6. I have planted, Apollos watered, but Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai gave the increase.
There you go. Okay.
So that neither is he that planted anything, neither he that watereth, but Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai that giveth the increase.
Yeah. So we ain't boasting ourselves. We've been given measure. That's the whole point. But you do gotta understand the Lord set us up to bring this place down. And that's what, you know, I understand. That's what we all understand. So that's why I say that. You know, we're back out here again to help the Lord bring this construction upon this place, bring the construction upon this place. About what? First telling us that is coming and the reason for it. Right? And what they must do in order to not have it befall them. But you already got people numbered to the sword. That's the reality of the matter. Alright? Let me get Bible beside Jeremiah 1:10. We got that power. got power like that.
Jeremiah chapter 1 and verse 10. See, I have this day set thee over the nations and over the kingdoms.
Yeah, well, what? Jump to 5.
Jeremiah 1 and 5, it says, Jeremiah 1 and 9. Then the Lord Yahweh put forth his hand and touched my mouth. And the Lord said unto me, Behold, I have put my words in thy mouth.
See? That words is like, the words is like, you know, you got that machine, was, you know, that roll, as they going over the furrows, yeah, and the seeds come out. That's us. That's a prophet. That's a number of words, you know, over and over. This gonna keep bringing it out, like, because the Lord got just as much as the person got control, the farmer got, or the husbandman got control over that. That's how he got control over the prophet. It's gonna come out regardless. The scripture, hey, Jeremiah said that. Give me that real quick in Jeremiah 23 and it's like 20 and 8. Yeah.
Jeremiah chapter 20, verse 8. For since I spake, I cried out. I cried violence and spoil. Because the word of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai was made a reproach unto me and a derision daily.
Why? See why? Because you daily speaking the word. You know what I'm saying? Bringing it out non-stop. But this the point, man.
Then I said, I will not make mention of him.
That's like a damn. That's like how Yahweh said what he says how to act close to himself. You know what I'm saying? He can't. You know, whenever I pick you up and I sling you forth and crack you against anything that, you know, and it go down because of you, that's just what it is. And you can't do nothing about it. The ass can't boast itself against him that he was there with. Roughly paraphrased. So it's the same thing with the example I'm giving through the spirit right now. Who the fuck is Jeremiah to say that? You know what I'm saying? Flock from the top again.
Jeremiah 20 and 9. Yep. Then I said, I will not make mention of him, nor speak any more in his name.
How? You just a machine. You know what I'm saying? Right?
It says, but his word was in mine heart as a burning fire, shut up in my bones.
See, but this is Jeremiah found out. Right?
And I was weary with forbearing.
He couldn't stop if he wanted to, because he like that machine the farmer goes forth with. He just, you know, and then none but the seeds drop and he just keep going. And the Lord going in circles. Now you cut the grass. You know what I'm saying? That's how he's doing. That's how the prophet get done. That's just work. You know? 1 minute you in this, 1 minute you in that category, next minute, you know what I'm saying? 1 minute you doing the lesson, 1 minute you on the highways, 1 minute, you know what I'm saying, whatever. Then you ain't doing that, then you right back. Down and you back at it. You know what I'm saying? Read on.
Kind of says, and I was weary with forbearing, and I could not stay.
Yep. There you go. He could not stay because he's just a machine. So that's how it goes. Let's jump back to 9.
Jeremiah chapter 1 and verse 9, it says, Then the Lord put forth his hand and touched my mouth.
And you know why the Lord got it like that? Because he wants some heart in the blood for it. You know what I'm saying? He wants everything that he wants to come forth. So he's not going to give you free will. You can go out there teaching free will. You of what he wanted to come forth. He wants people badly mistaken. You know what I'm saying? But it ain't going to be due to you not being told. It's going to be due to you being deceived. You know what I'm saying? And being hard-headed. But you got it.
It says, And the Lord said unto me, Behold, I have put my words in thy mouth. See, I have this day set thee over the nations.
See? And that's when you come out, I put the words in their mouth. You take the machine, you pour the seeds in it, and then you get the, you know? That's what it means by the prophet inspired. You know what I'm saying? Period. Men spake as they were moved by the Holy Spirit. All right? It's not about the will of man. You know, like I said, if it's about the will of man, it'll always be like, I would do it tomorrow. I'm gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
It says, see,
Do what the Lord wants you to do. You got it.
see, I have this day set thee over the nations and over the kingdoms,
Yep.
to root out and to pull down
Yep.
and to destroy and to throw down, to build and to plant.
So that's the power we've been given. We've been set up to help bring down and destroy. See that? By this word that's been given unto us, which we come out to plant, and aka weed, and constantly weed, meaning water. You know what I'm saying? There it goes. And then eventually the Lord gives the increase. It don't matter how long it takes. And it's going to happen like this because it's the things that the Lord wants to come forth. He wants a bunch of people to be destroyed. I just did a news report. News reports copy on this shit. Goddamn UK, they got a shortage of goddamn antibiotics. And that's how people get over all their diseases and pains and infections. Antibiotics kill infections. The ones that people take. Because the antibiotic, you can get it from natural things. But you goddamn people so goddamn wicked and stupid. You don't know shit. Honey an antibiotic. They show you that in the damn movie Emancipation. For those that ain't seen that, the nigga, he was in the boat. He got shot in his leg when they was breaking free. He climbed up into a tree. He was so damn smart. He climbed up into a tree, and that's how you know the scripture's real, and we're the Israelites. He climbed up to the tree, and he went to the honeycomb, and he broke a piece off just to take the honey, get in the canoe, and take the honey and put it on his bullet wound. That's how powerful honey is. And then he ate the honey, because it'll kill your infection. My little one he had to get circumcised. He put honey on the wound. He didn't even need no goddamn antibiotic witchcraft from Esau to cure it. It healed his whole cut up, you know, like it was nothing. And you got to get the good stuff. All right, but that's the virtues of the Lord's medicines of the earth. Some people don't even know that, and then niggas Muslims miss that. You know, if you don't know the scriptures, you wouldn't even recognize what he did in that movie. You know, as soon as I seen that, you're like, damn, look at that. You know, the whole movie showing you we the Israelites too, by the way. You know, the whole movie, hella spiritual scenes in the movie. So I know he on his goddamn way out. But anyway, man, so the Lord is about to he want a lot of people to die because what they use is antibiotics to kill infections. Because obviously the bullet wound he had would have been infected, right? So you get the antibiotic for the infection and to help cure it, right? The thing that they use to stop those things, Esau quote-unquote antibiotics, he cut them off. What? I was like, yo, this shit crazy. Then motherfuckers, the Lord got nurses striking. They going on strike to where people that had medical procedures or surgeries lined up to probably get a leg amputated or whatever, pretty much postponed. And they might end up dying. Because you got to get something amputated in a certain time. You know what I'm saying? These little things like that, yeah. Certain transplant people got to get, you know. Lord about to kill a lot of people. It's going down. He's further the will. And if you ain't watched it, you should watch it. The further the will, his will for pestilence is furthering. You know, it's being clear. The Lord wants that shit to come forth. He not playing, and it's gonna come forth because that's what we sowing, and we gonna continue to sow it. You know. So these damn wicked people, they ain't got nothing but goddamn agonizing pain to get back. So this is how we get back at Esau. This is how we get back at what he did. And then we ultimately gonna put his ass in chains. You know what I'm saying? That's why he gonna stop this word, because he gonna really correlate everything happening to what we saying. You know what I'm saying? But you got it, brother. Take it through now. You had something else. See, 10? I'm talking about the public door.
No. So 1 Corinthians 3:8, it says, now he that planteth and he that watereth are one, but every man shall receive his own reward according to his own labor.
Yeah, that's why the scriptures tell you, he that soweth sparingly shall reap sparingly. You know? Yeah.
For we are laborers together with Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Ye are God's husbandry.
So basically sowing what you want to manifest. You see what I'm saying? So if you barely sowing any goddamn thing, when it's time to harvest, aka manifest, you ain't gonna, you don't expect shit. Don't expect nothing. You know? Expect 3 grapes and maybe a damn half-rotten, undeveloped apple if you sowing sparingly. Like you almost had an apple, you could have had it. It's just, you know, I ain't using the right fertilizer. I ain't putting all this. That's what you can expect. You know? But if you sowing plentifully, when it's time to harvest, aka for things to manifest, expect you to have everything you sowed before you. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, get that Sirach 2 and 10. Thumbs up. You finish it, brother. Get that.
It says, ye are Yahweh's building.
All right. Go ahead.
Sirach 2 and 10.
Okay.
Look at the generations of old. We'll see. Did ever any trust in the Lord that was confounded?
You see, jump to, I think, 12. Jump up. Okay, you can hold there. Get Bible shop 29. Jeremiah 29, 11 instead. Come back there. Yup.
Jeremiah chapter 29 verse 11. For I know the thoughts that I think toward you, saith the Lord, Yahweh. Thoughts of peace and not of evil. To give you an expected end.
See? Exactly. So you can expect what you sow. You know? Matter of fact, go ahead and bring out what you have in that second entrance. Put out the second Sirach 2. So let's start at verse. Start at 6, and we can just read through. Jump up, keep going. Okay, Con, you can start at 6 and we'll just read through probably 9. Alright? So yeah, man. So you expect. Alright? Go ahead.
Sirach 2 and 6.
Yep.
It says, believe in him and he will help thee.
Yep. See? Believe in him and he will help you, man. Yeah.
Order thy way aright
Yep.
and trust in him.
See that? Yeah.
Ye that fear the Lord, wait for his mercy.
Yeah, see, it's like planting. You know? Whatever you order, that's what you expect to get. If I order a damn double cheeseburger, that's what the hell I was expecting to get. You know? Matter of fact, get that real quick. What you ask him, you know? He give you a snake. You know? Let me stay where you at talking about. We definitely talk one time.
Sirach 2 and 6. Believe in him and he will help thee. Order thy way aright and trust in him. He said, ye that fear the Lord, wait for his mercy, and go not aside lest ye fall. Ye that fear the Lord, believe in him, and your reward shall not fail.
So like I said, so if I order a cheeseburger, that's what I expect to get. You know, you got it. Whatever you ask the Heavenly Father, that's what He's gonna give you, man. All right, I think that's St. John 14 chapter 2. All right.
Matthew 21 21 and verse 22 says, in all things, whatsoever ye shall ask in prayer, believe it.
Yeah, so basically I'm saying, like, when you ordering something, that's like praying, right? When you're praying, you're like ordering, you know, whatever you want. And whatever you order, that's what you gotta expect to get, you know? And then don't goddamn think you're gonna get it if you ain't, how can I say it? Man, if you order it, expect to get it, man. But that's why the Lord said, that's what I was gonna say. Don't think you're gonna get it, basically, if you don't, how can I say this? That's why I want to get the scripture. Let somebody look at it real quick. Let not that man think he shall receive anything.
Matthew 21 verse 22, it says, in all things, whatsoever ye shall ask in prayer, believing.
Yeah, believing, exactly.
Ye shall receive.
Yep. Exactly. You got that. Let not that man think he don't receive anything. James. Yeah, James. Okay, Yep.
James 1 and 7.
Exactly.
For let not that man think that he shall receive anything of the Lord.
That's what I'm sitting here thinking. Anyway, jump up to verse, we'll start at like 5.
James 1 and 6. But let him ask in faith.
Faith, man. I'm sitting here knowing that's the scripture, and it ain't clear.
Nothing wavering.
Yep.
For he that wavereth is like
And that's the spiritual. That's what they show you in that movie, Emancipation 2. It's a part where the damn Jake, when they was escaping, you know, it ain't even a spoiler alert. You know what I'm saying? It's a goddamn another slave movie. You know what I'm saying? But it's a part, pretty much how they play it is kind of a spoiler alert, because it's like spiritual instances. But it ain't nothing but history. You know what I'm saying? It's just how they went about showing you. You know what I'm saying? It's interesting. But anyway, they was escaping, they had to go through a goddamn swamp. Really, this not even, because you probably won't even receive it like this if you ain't spiritual for real. This nigga ended up too scared to go across the swamp because there was an alligator in it. To where you running from your damn slave master with the hound dogs and all that shit. His guys and them gone. He's just standing there. This nigga stands there till he literally sees them coming, and he keeps standing there. And eventually they get up on him. The dogs eating holes in them and shit like that. And then it's the damn dude catching them like, tell me where they going. And it's like, dummy, I ain't gonna tell the rest, but it's like, dummy, you had a better chance.
Maybe I'll try and do that.
The reason why this happening to you, when that shit happened, I was like, good. That nigga had no faith. But the reason that happened to him was because of that. So the Lord let that nigga get 8. You know, it was chewing on him and shit. Now Esau got you back in his hands. You fucking dummy. You was better off. You already know it's back that way. You ain't never went through a swamp. You don't know what the fuck, you know what I'm saying? I already know niggas get their goddamn faces branded and shit. Like, I'm not fucking doing this shit. A fucking alligator. I'm through that shit. You know what I'm saying? I already know it's back there. We just gonna have to see. You know? Damn, dummy. Anyway, who's reading? Go ahead, brother.
Yep. It's James 1 and 7. For let not that man.
Start at 6 again.
James 1 and 6. But let him ask in faith, nothing wavering.
Yeah. Let him ask in faith, nothing wavering. Alright? Because when you lack faith, that's sin. This you gotta understand. See, men let that go over their head. That's why that happened to that man. A man got goddamn, fucking ate by a goddamn alligator, basically. Because he lacked faith. The Lord let that happen to him because he lacked faith. Finish real quick. Go ahead.
He that waits.
That's the spirit, because that's exactly what's going on. You got it?
Driven with the wind and tossed.
Yep. Go ahead.
For let not that man think that he shall receive anything of the Lord.
Okay, before you hit that, so you know something? That's cool. Go ahead.
Hebrews 11 and 6. But without faith, it is impossible to please him.
Good. Exactly. That pissed the Lord off. that shit pisses them off. You know what I'm saying? Right?
For he that cometh to Yahweh Shem Yahushua must believe that he is,
Yep.
and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him.
He's basically saying he can't do it. You know what I'm saying? That's why the outside to make that emphasis on that, like with all things and involved. You know? With the most high everything possible, man. You know what I'm saying? Period. It don't matter how it looks. Let's now goes into what you just said. You know? It don't matter how it looks. It could be 50 million motherfucking dudes against us. It don't matter. What the fuck that mean? That don't mean shit. You know? We're on a goddamn different level of this. You know? Shit. You know, you can get that in Psalms the 3rd chapter tell you that, man. That goes into what? Us not walking by faith, by sight, but by faith. But anyway, brother, go ahead. We're going to get back to the point. Go ahead.
James 1:7.
Yeah.
For let not that man think that he shall receive anything of the Lord.
So the point is, when you praying, it's like you're ordering something. If I order a cheeseburger, I expect it. I'm not, if, the issue is, when Yahushua said, okay, go ahead.
James 1:8. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways.
Yeah, matter of fact, is that it? Asking this. Somebody get that. You get that, brother. Asking this. Yeah, come. Yeah. The scriptures tell you that, man. Asking this. A-M-I-S-S. Bring it up.
James,
Yeah.
James chapter 4 and verse 3. It says, ye ask and receive not, because ye ask amiss, that ye may consume it upon your lust. Yeah, James 4 and 3 in the NLT. And even when you ask, you don't get it because your motives are all wrong.
See? Exactly, man. So really, you ain't even asking for it. That's really my point. If I order a double cheeseburger, I'm expecting to get it. If I don't get it, I clearly didn't make it clear that's what I wanted. I probably didn't even say that. I ain't, you don't even sound sure. You know? That's like if I go to the cash register, I go to the damn cashier, whoever the hell ordered it, right? Whatever. I'd be like, yo, I want a cheeseburger. She'd be like, she tried to upsell me like, well, you want some tomatoes on it? And I'm like, she like, I'm like, nah, I'm cool. And she like, you sure you don't want any tomatoes on it? I'm like, nah, I ain't, I don't really know, but I'm straight. She be like, okay. Don't expect when that order comes up for that cheeseburger to not have tomatoes on it. You know what I'm saying? You weren't even solid on nothing. You know? You gotta be solid, sure. And you gotta ask in faith, man. You gotta completely believe, man. You know, I'm only expecting what I ordered. Period. So that goes back to the whole point, which is what? You reap what you sow. You know? That's the whole point. So when it's time to harvest and manifest all these things we out here sowing, if you're doing it abundantly, expect to, if you're doing it, however you may be doing it, expect to only see that. You know what I'm saying? Period. And that's why the Lord said, the harvest is plenty, but the labors are few. He said, pray ye therefore that the Lord will send more laborers into the harvest. Because you can't expect everything to come forth. You can't expect nothing to come forth if nobody labors. We was just talking about this Sunday. I was bringing this out through the Spirit. So this is a spirit. This ain't planned, you know? You finished that now. You had something? Okay, go ahead. I was hoping. That was it. Okay. You had something? Okay, kind, yeah. Perfect.
Luke 11:11.
Yep.
If a son shall ask bread of any of you,
And here's the other scripture, right? Go ahead.
that is a father,
Right, so this is like the relationship with you and Heavenly Father. It's like a son asking his father for something, right? Go ahead.
will he give him a stone?
Will he give him a stone? If he asks for a dang, if he asks for a t-shirt, I give him a rock, How the hell that happen? Well, first of all, it ain't gonna happen. That's the point of this, right?
Or if he asks a fish,
So that should basically that should tell you who you dealing with. That don't even make sense. Why would the Lord do something like that? But you got men that approach the Lord like that. And man, Lord, you might get, I don't even know, man. You know, I don't even know if you're really there. The Lord might kill you. You know what I'm saying? He might take your breath right then and there. You know? Like, what? You know? Imagine your son, you know what I'm saying, for you got those of you that got children out there, they coming to you. That shit piss you off, man. I know how to give a gift. They get the fuck out my face, you know what I'm saying? Like, for real, that's how that, you know, I know that pissed me off. I know how, so it gotta piss the Lord off. Like, bro, I know what you need. You know what I'm saying? That's an insult. You give it to me like this, you know? We gotta tell the Lord how to lay the kingdom out for us to make us happy. You know what I'm saying? Tell simple ass out here. Go ahead, brother.
will he for a fish give him a serpent?
Yeah.
Or if he asks an egg,
See, like an order. You order fish. Do you expect to get a snake? You know what I'm saying? A snake with a side of frogs. You know what I'm saying? You got
will he offer him a scorpion?
oh man. Yeah, then you order a cheeseburger, they give you a scorpion.
If he then being evil,
You ask to be saved, Lord, give me them, you know? You like, please, Lord, just give me a heart of wisdom. And he give your ass. You know? Come on, man. You got it.
know how to give good gifts
He
unto
give you the shit. You praying to him, you like, Lord, please, you completely believe him. You know what I'm saying? He not finna, give me that real quick in John 6:37. You know? Off the top. Say John. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, man. Lord not finna do that, man. You completely asking in faith, Lord, please. You know what I'm saying? And he just bugged you out. That go back to second Ezra. I mean, it's all right too. Go ahead. The Lord not doing that, man. And dudes out here pushing that type of spirit. That's it, y'all. You know? And if, you know, I may have been guilty of that. Listen to other dudes, you know what the hell they talking about. Go ahead.
St. John 6:37, all that the Father giveth me
Check this out. Go ahead.
shall come to me,
Right?
and him that cometh to me, I will in no wise cast out.
Oh, man. Let's go back to Sirach. Let's go back there real quick. Sirach 2:6 and just read through.
Sirach 2:6. Believe in him,
Yeah, see? Come on.
and he will help thee.
Nah, he gonna snake you and be like, nigga, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? That don't even make sense. Here it is, you want people to worship him, and you think the Lord, come on, man. Come on, you can't be in that mindset. All right? You can't be in that mindset. The Lord wants people, he wants us to worship him. You know, somebody's gonna say, but go ahead, bro.
It's Matthew 21:22 says, in all things, whatsoever you shall ask in prayer, believing, you shall receive.
Yeah, double down on the point. You know? There's something I was gonna say though. Oh yeah. Read that 2 and 6 one more time.
Sirach 2:6. Believe in him, and he will help thee.
See? Come on, man. You asking him for help, and you know, he first of all the scriptures tell you, and that give me that in Psalm 68. Psalm 68. Go to like towards the end of the chapter. Right? Our God, the one we actually serve is the God of salvation, man. You gotta understand that. Yeah, read that.
Psalm 68:20. He that is our God
Right.
is the God of salvation.
Give me Gerald, give me St. John, Bible 4 and 23. Read that on the top of it.
Psalm 68:20. He that is our God is the God of salvation.
Yep. See, but you got, so this is our power. This is the one we worship. We worship a God that's the God of salvation. Really let that sink in your head. Read that real quick.
John 4:22. Ye worship ye know not what. We know what we worship. For salvation is of the Jews.
Come on, why? Because their God is the God of salvation. Our God is the God of salvation. Read that one time.
Psalm 68:20.
He that is our God is the God of salvation.
Get that through your head. Let's get this through our head. It ain't nothing too hard for our power, man. You know? Our power set up America. So how much, you using us, his children, to do it, so how much more is our kingdom going to be off the hook, man? You know? There ain't nothing for him to bring this dude down. We're in a time when we need salvation, and we serving the God of salvation, and we actually doubt if we can be saved. Is he going to save us? The one you worship is the God of salvation. So more than likely, you're going to be saved. You're going to be saved, all right? There ain't no goddamn sense. And then he puts you on game by even allowing you to approach unto him. Give me that in Psalms 65:4, and give me Titus 2:11. Bring out what you got.
Yeah, this Isaiah 59:1. It says, behold, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai's hand is not shortened.
And he cannot save, man. You know? That's, you're supposed to know that. You know? Neither is there, go ahead.
It says, neither his ear heavy that it cannot hear.
You already know what you're gonna ask for before you ask. He hear you, man. And then he puts you on ways to make your prayer even louder. When you fast, your prayer is heard on high. Give me that in Isaiah 58 and like 11. Right? He calls it. And how do you know this? Is this a
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 58, verse 4. Behold, ye fast for strife and debate.
Right. You heard about fasting through this guy, right? Why? Right?
It says, and to smite with the fist of wickedness.
Yeah, right.
Ye shall not fast.
It's pretty much that Jacob do that because they understood like fasting is like a power to unlock certain things. It's like a key. You know what I'm saying? Sure, right? But anyway, go ahead.
It says, ye shall not fast as ye do this day, to make your voice to be heard on high.
The point of getting this is the way. For you to understand when you fast, your voice is heard on high. So not only does the Lord already hear you, right? And he puts you on game by even letting you know he exists. How do you even come unto him? That's what you're blessed. But he took it a step further by giving you like keys we're dealing with him to really get through. Like somebody give you the number, and he be like, you know, it's a boss or something. He be like, you know what, man, he been dealing with you for a minute. You know, on some like Because once again, I say, yeah, the Lord dealing with everybody. This is if he's dealing with you in righteousness. You know, everybody getting dealt with. All right? But any goddamn way. So like anyway, he like, you know what, man, I gave you know, he like, yeah, man, you know, this the number, man. He like, you know what, man, here, man, this is my personal number. Like that. You know, take this one. Right? That's the equivalent of him allowing you to post unto him, giving you a regular number, but then giving you more insight, like fasting. Like I can get directly to me through this way. You know, that's what you gotta understand. So if you believe what you have one more time, that Isaiah 59.
Yeah, kind. Isaiah 59:1. Behold, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai's hand is not shortened, that it cannot save. Neither his ear heavy that it cannot hear.
So the Lord already hear you before you even ask him anything, man. The spirit making intercession for you. You know, they got groanings and stuff of different complaints that you can't articulate to the Lord. So he already got this thing set up to where you're heard. You know what I'm saying? You know everything going on with you, in other words. Right? So you gotta understand that, man. All right, let's get those ones that was called. I ain't really cap my point off my words. What else? Titus 2 and Titus 2 and 11. You got 2 and 11. Back up.
Psalm 66. Psalm
65 and 4. You got
So,
bring it up.
Psalm 65:4. Blessed is the man whom thou choosest.
Yep.
Choosest. And cause it to approach unto thee.
See? You're blessed. He put you on game to even let you know about him. You got the God of salvation. You didn't get Krishna, you didn't get Buddha, you didn't get Muhammad, you didn't get, he he basically treated like a god, you know? You ain't stuck with Esau. You know? You got Yahweh, the God of salvation. You know about the one that's known for saving. Everybody don't know about him. They heard probably, but they probably didn't even hear that much. You know? Now, how did you do that? Because he actually had favor upon you enough to cause you to approach unto him. Read the whole time, brother.
Psalm 65:4, blessed is the man whom thou choosest, and causest to approach unto thee, that he may dwell in thy courts. We shall be satisfied with the goodness of thy house, even of thy holy temple.
Yeah, that was the verse. That's it. Yeah, man. Yeah. All right, now let's go to that out.
Titus chapter 2, verse 11. It says, for the grace of the Most High that bringeth salvation.
See? Woo. God dang, that was grace. Him causing you to approach unto him was him giving you grace. Right? Him doing you a favor. You know? Right?
For the grace of the Most High that bringeth salvation.
Right. Because he's the God, by him causing you to approach unto him, you just now have been exposed to the God that saves. The God of salvation. How the hell you think calling on him in any type of distress for salvation isn't going to happen? Like, how? You got his name right. You know how to get straight directly to him. Like, what's wrong with you? Oh, ye of little faith. Right? Man.
It says, for the grace of the Most High that bringeth salvation hath appeared to all men.
See? But all men ain't gonna get that salvation, because all men that has been caused to approach unto him, they worse than something they don't even know. You know what I'm saying? Read that one time.
John 4:22. Ye worship ye know not what.
That Romans 3.
We know what we worship, for salvation is of the Jews.
Yeah. So there it is. And the heavy thing about it is, salvation is only coming to the Jews. But what makes you a Jew? Bring that out.
Romans chapter 2 and verse 29.
Let's go straight to the book.
Verse 29 says, but he is a Jew, which is one inwardly.
That's it.
And circumcision is that of the heart, in the spirit, and not in the letter.
That's it. But the point is, you a Jew inwardly, not just outwardly. See that?
Uncircumcised.
Ooh. Done. Right? Get Jeremiah 9 real quick, 20. Alright? But yeah, man. So, read that one time in John 4:22.
John 4:22.
Yep.
Ye worship ye know not what.
Yep.
We know what we worship.
Yep.
For salvation is of the Jews.
Yeah, man. We know we worship. We know we worship the God of salvation. See that? You know, and we know we're gonna be, and we know that salvation gonna be to us because we understand we're Jews, but we can't just be a Jew outwardly. We gotta be a Jew inwardly. We're Jew beings, so we know salvation to us. That's the mindset you're supposed to be in. The Lord is not a man that he shall lie. Give me that in Numbers. What's that, 23 and 19? Bring that out real quick. Whoever has that.
Jeremiah 9 and 20.
Yeah.
Yet hear the word of the Lord.
You see? Start at 23.
Jeremiah 9 and 23.
Uh-huh.
Thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai.
Oh, you know what? That's the spirit. Let's start up at 22. You know what? 20. Let's see. Let's start at 20.
Jeremiah 9 and 21. For death is come up into our windows, and is entered into our palaces, to cut off the children from without,
Exactly. Because that's what is of what's being planted. Yeah. You know, that's what's being planted, man. All right? That's what's of the seed. See that? Yeah? What's the seed again? The word. Get Lamentations real quick. 2 and not Lamentations. Ezekiel 2 and 10. Right? The words in this book. Right?
Ezekiel chapter 2 and 10.
Right?
And he spread it before me, and it was written within and without.
Yep.
And there was written therein
What?
lamentations and mourning and woe.
Yep, exactly. Talking about the scriptures. See? So that's what's being sold and that's what's going to manifest. So we understand that. That's about to come forth. But read what you got again, talk about. Yep.
Jeremiah 9 and 21.
Yep.
For death is come up into our windows.
Yep. See? Like vines. See that? You got it?
It says, and is entered into our palaces.
Like vines, like weeds. You know what I'm saying? Like you got a certain palace, like depending on like you see how like these sidewalk things laid down, how the grass can creep through. Once we have that shit happen in them palaces over east. So, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
And enter into our palaces.
And that's how strong the grass is. So that's to show you. Esau laid all the cement down and you still see like plants and shit going through. That's showing you the Lord using the most powerful technology that he can use. You know what I'm saying? If you will, right? Because when something bud, like it's coming forth. You got it? Something's planted and it buds, that's it. No matter what's over. You got it?
It says, for death is come up into our windows and is entered into our palaces to cut off the children from without.
Yep.
And the young men from the streets.
Yeah.
Speak, thus saith the Lord, even the carcasses.
So a lot of death went away, man. For those that don't have what to watch. You know what I'm saying? The Lord gonna slay utterly old and young. Both maids and, little children. You got it? So,
Speak.
Referencing or referring to Ezekiel the 9th chapter. You got it?
Jeremiah 9 and 22.
Yep.
Speak, thus saith the Lord,
Yep, there it is. Yeah.
even the carcasses of men shall fall as dung upon the open field.
Yeah, man's gonna be out here dead. It's gonna be death every goddamn word. It's gonna be like a goddamn horror movie, man. The Lord actually says that. You got it?
It says, and as the handful after the harvestmen,
And then you just heard Lamentations and woe. Yeah, you got it?
and none shall gather them.
Yeah, exactly. It's gonna be so bad out here. People gonna be dying in the street. There ain't gonna be no foreigners that gonna pick them up. Go ahead. That's to the wicked. You got it?
Thus
That's
said,
to the old. It's to the point. You got it?
thus saith the Lord, let not the wise man glory in his wisdom.
That's who's gonna befall, these wise men. The men that know, you know what I'm saying, all the strings to pull in a society. You know? Go ahead. But don't know the Lord. Watch this.
Let not the wise man glory in his wisdom,
Yeah.
neither let the mighty man glory in his might.
That's who's gonna fall in the streets. A lot of mighty men. That nigga Tupac had that saying, he said that cool. He said the rich gonna eat the poor. The poor gonna eat the rich. You know? That's why they gonna be out here getting touched. 'Cause they got it. They got sustainability on it. You know? You got it.
Let not the rich man glory in his riches, but let him that glorieth glory in this, that he understandeth and knoweth me.
See? That's it. That's the point. Because why? You know the God that saves. See that? Blessed is the man whom thou choosest and calls to oppose unto me. Why?
Psalm 68 verse 20. He that is our God is the God of salvation.
He lets you know he was your God. You know? That's why he calls you a closer to him. He told you his name, Yahweh, right? Son's name, Yahweh Shah, which is do all things. He calls your house out of folks. You know? Bring you to him. You know? And that's why I said St. John 6:37 still hold that.
St. John 6:37, all that the Father giveth me shall come to me.
Exactly.
And him that cometh to me,
yeah, because the Lord draws you. The Lord got to draw you. You know?
I will in no wise cast out.
See? You're going to be drawn to him by being put before your outside the door. He's going basically going to give you the address. The door. You know what I'm saying? Everything's the promise. That's how you get to me. You know? That's why he said knock. And then that's when you start asking questions about the scriptures. Basically, you're asking your house out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then it's open up to you. Basically, because think about it, in order for your house out to open up to you, you got to see your house. When your house out opens up to you, aka answers your questions, that's basically you having your hour revealed to you. Because he don't speak his own will. You know? He said, he that seen me has seen the Father. I'm just telling you what the Heavenly Father says. So by default, you end up learning your hour. And that's why now you realize over time, damn. You know? Okay, go ahead.
St. John 10:9, it reads, I am the door.
Yep.
By me, if any man enter in, he shall be saved.
But you can't enter unless your Howard calls you to approach, tell you where the door at. You gotta get at it. See that? Go ahead.
And shall go in and out and find pasture. You know, so it's just landing back on what the elder brother was saying, that Yahweh Shai is that door. But you gotta be given access to that door, man.
You gotta get the address. Where you at? Go ahead. You gotta get the eyes to see too. You know? That's why he said, thy eyes shall see thy teachers. Those teachers basically represent the door. You know? You got it? You got it, boy.
Yeah, it's John 7:16. Yahushua answered them and said, my doctrine is not mine, but his that sent me.
So that's what it means by he that seeketh, to him shall it be open, him that knocketh, you know? You know, what's the paraphrase from? That's why Yahushua said that. Basically, you start asking the word, asking the scripture, asking things. Right there. They're going to open the door to you. They're going to open up your house out. Hence, your house out going to open up to you. You know? And by default, you have your hour revealed unto you. See that? Because your hour, the things that your house out, the word going to tell you. It's ultimately going to show you the hour. Give you your hour. It's like if I open the door and your hour on the other side of it, the door only leads you to get, the door opening up to you only leads you to see your house. See? So it's some heavy stuff, man. It's simple. And he's the guy, once again, you got it? Yep. Then we're going to go back to whoever last read. You know? Okay, go ahead.
Psalm 68, verse 20. He that is our God is the God of salvation.
Yep.
And unto the Most High, the Lord belongeth the issues from death.
You don't worship nobody else, man. You know what I'm saying? You worship a God that saves. He's the God of salvation. That concept of salvation, you know, you got things that's assigned to different deities. It's the God of the air. This is the God of salvation. He's the God of all things, because those other guys not even real. That's just so you can get what I'm saying. You know, you have to say it like that. So how can you be questioning salvation? You know? Man.
This is Revelation 3:20. It says, behold, I stand at the door and knock.
Make your point, man.
It says, if any man hear my voice and open the door, I will come in to him and will sup with him, and he will be. So I think that just to add to the point, you know,
confident about what you doing, you know what I'm saying, this ministry, right, the Lord gonna separate you, actually. It's your doctrine. You know what I'm saying? You gotta make sure your doctrine correct. You know?
That's not a scripture. I have to show you that, so I'm thinking what was he saying is off. That wouldn't be a good scripture to show you that. But what the brother said on point. Because that door is talking about the door of your mind. You know what I'm saying? And the Lord trying to keep you, come in unto you. Because that's talking about him knocking. We're talking about him, you knocking. Alright? Just to make that clear for those that may be listening. You know, they're like, that ain't it. See, they off. You know? Nah. That's still go. That's just in other instances. Alright? Anyway. It's alright too. Brothers is over. It's alright too. We'll finish that. Streams don't stop, man. When we cut the damn live off, that's like you just leaving the stream. You know, when you leave a park where a stream is at that just flows non-stop, right? It's gonna keep going. When it's so-called stop, it's because you left. You know what I'm saying? You're not in front of the stream no more. And the spirit is continuous, man. All right, it's all there. All right, it's all in one direction. But anyway, I was to show you how money. I was hoping, I know it was open to
Yeah, read that.
You already read that.
Brother had read that. Last thing I read was John 4:17.
Okay, come on. Brother, talk about it.
Jeremiah 9.
You finished the Jeremiah 2. Yeah, you got it.
All right. Sirach 2 and 6.
Yep.
Believe in him and he will help thee.
Yep.
Order thy way right
Yep.
and trust in him.
Yep.
He that
Pretty much this is what we building up right now. Alright? Building on the Lord's favor, man. Alright? Period.
You know, Numbers 23:19.
You got it?
Numbers 20.
it says, Sirach 2 and 7.
Yeah.
He that fear the Lord, wait for his mercy.
It's going to come. If you fear him, you know he gonna have mercy upon you. So you just gotta wait for it. That's another thing I want to say. Pretty much, how do you get it misconstrued that he's not gonna save you, right? Because you might misconstrue the chastisement that takes place. You know what I'm saying? You gotta understand these different things, how they work. And then how the Lord does things. He does things on different levels sometimes. And it ain't always as it appears. Because a lot of times, if you pay attention, eventually, if you his, you're going to see the mercy in certain of his acts of chastisement. You know? Those that know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to go into it now, but if the Lord will in the future, Lord will. Before we get the hell out of here. You got it, brother. So don't get it misconstrued, right?
Sirach 2 and 7. Ye that fear the Lord, wait for his mercy,
Okay?
and go not aside, lest ye fall.
Yep, exactly. Don't go aside, man. All right? It's like, right. If you order your food, you pay for it and everything. Don't leave if you want that food. Don't leave without getting that food, man. Right?
Ye that fear the Lord, believe in him,
Yep.
and your reward shall not fail.
Yeah, that's an insult to his name by you not believing. His name means he is. He is. When you don't believe, that's like saying he ain't. He's not. He isn't. However you want to hear it. Right? Go ahead.
Ye that fear the Lord, hope for good, and for everlasting joy and mercy.
Yep. And ultimately expect it. Right? That's having confidence when you do what you need to do. When you understand who you worship, right? When you know him. And that's when you glory. Because you know him. You know you got it right. You know, like, if you saved. You got it?
It says, look at the generations of old, and see, did ever any trust in the Lord? and was confounded.
You know, his resume, you know, the Lord's patterns, you know, all of these different things. Now, that don't mean you can search out to the Lord to perfection, you know, but what's revealed, hey, you know, you got it. You got it.
Did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded?
Hell no, not one. Okay?
Or did any abide in his fear?
Yeah, because Daniel and them could have gotten that fire pit and stopped believing. They were in it. You know? You stop believing because the Lord, like the woman and the 7 sons, you know, she could have stopped believing off her first son being tortured. She did. What about the second one? She did. What about the third? She did. What about the fourth? All that she was seeing. And all of them. Because we understand our God is the one that kills and destroys. You know? We understand martyrhood. We understand these things. We understand whatever he do, we better not offend against him. With all this, Job sinned not with his lips. You know? Job lost every goddamn thing. The whole time, that wasn't even the case with Job. But I don't know my tongue on that. You got it.
It says, or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken?
Nope. Job weren't forsaken. And they weren't forsaken. You know who they probably are? You know what I'm saying? We're going to find out pretty soon. You got it.
Or whom did
We
he
don't
ever?
know how that story ended. We don't know how they account went after that. Whatever happened to them? You know? That's heavy. You got it. And the Lord, go ahead, brother.
Numbers 23:19. Yahweh Shem El Shai is not a man that he should lie, neither the son of man that he should repent.
See? So whoever trusted the Lord was confounded. They was cut up, putting, you know what I'm saying? So did the Lord lie? You can't get a misconception because that happened. Because where he leaves it to where all this stands true is the fact that it isn't written what happened to them after that. They came back or anything. And the Lord don't lie, so they probably ain't no telling what they lie is. Go ahead.
Hath he said, and shall he not do it?
Right. Look for his mercy. You order this, I'm gonna give you this. Anything you ask, I'm gonna give you. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Well,
You gotta be right, you gotta come correct. You gotta be on your stuff. You gotta be doing what you're supposed to be doing. And you gotta truly be in his favor, have security unto yourself. You got it and understand it. You know? Because he said the fool is not gonna stand in his sight. You're not gonna come to me to nose running and crying and you can't. I don't understand nothing you saying. I'm gonna be like, get the fuck out of my face. You know what I'm saying? That's how I am. I don't hear that shit. So the Lord gotta be like, you know? You know? That's Babylon. It's not Babylon. Then you hear what I'm about to do in the place of Babylon? You coming to me confused as hell. Give me a second. Let's get 2 Timothy real quick. 1 and 7.
2 Timothy chapter 1 and verse 7 says, "For the Most High have not given us the spirit of fear."
So not only have you not given us the spirit of fear, but go ahead.
Says, "But of power
What? Of power, right?
and of love
Go ahead.
and of a sound mind."
What of power, love, and this is the point of a sound mind. So you can't be coming to the Lord wavering, you know, all confused, you bugged the hell out. You still trying to figure out if you so-called black. Lord, am I really black? You know what I'm saying? Like, and you done had it broke down. He not playing with you, man. He gonna be like, you know what? He gonna cash their ass out of his presence. You know? Yeah, exactly. Simple. You got it. You know, they do that. On the verse. Go ahead, brother. Let's go ahead and finish.
It says, or hath he spoken, and shall he not make it good?
Yep, exactly. He gonna make it good. Did you finish, brother? And that 2 and 10. You got anything? 66.
Correct, 2 and 10. Look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded? or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken?
Nope, not one.
Or whom did he ever despise?
He even pulled up with Samson last week. He gave Samson his strength back after he went to hell off to bring the whole place down and kill those pagan gods that was humiliating them. Those pagans that was worshiping Dagon. You know? Which ain't nothing but pretty much an ancient form of the Catholic Church. You know? That's basically what it was. Because that's what they were on their heads. The Pope were he wore the fish head, right?
He was so dumb, right? Oh, there's gonna be a hoteling space in building 1.
And he pulled up when he didn't have his hair or nothing. Look how unconfounded he was. He ain't supposed to have no strength without the hair. But the Lord is so much a man of his word. He's so forgiving, you know? Man, he gave him all that strength back. They gouged his eyes out and everything. And he didn't curse the Lord. But ultimately he understood, I got myself in this situation. He's like, how? You know what I'm saying? And the strength came back over, he killed everybody in the damn building. And the building destroyed the building. You know?
Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him?
See, and that's spiritual. Even though he lost his physical sight, he never lost sight of the truth, or the reality that our God saves. You know what I'm saying? That our God is just, that he don't do iniquity. He didn't lose sight of that. That's telling you your spiritual eyes is way more important than your physical. You know what I'm saying? That's amazing. You got people that never even seen. They believe in the world when he was. You know what I'm saying? You can't make that up. You know? You got it? Yeah, all right, go ahead, brother. Go ahead and close out right here. 6, 1.
Psalm chapter 66, verse 1.
Right?
Make a joyful noise unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai,
Yep.
all ye lands.
Yep.
Sing forth the honor of his name.
Yeah, y'all gonna learn when we sanctify, when the Lord brings forth strange wonders, when he do new wonders, as it tell you in Sirach the 36th chapter, right? When he lets y'all know him as we have known him. When he lets y'all know him as we have known him. You know, it said that when thy judgments are in the earth, the inhabitants shall learn judgment. You know, they shall learn righteousness. When thy judgments are in the earth, the inhabitants of the earth shall learn righteousness. You know, that there is a God of salvation. I mean, the Lord gonna get it to where it's like, to where people only realize salvation, being saved, and it being some higher power over that. Where there's no way of escaping, buildings collapsing, everything's on fire.